Hello people, I have a new book space to write in, and it's not really new, it's the same one, but I've decided to invest in myself and my eyesight, and I have bought a new computer. I don't have it yet, it's coming this next week. A new computer. I was having such problems with my laptop overheating and all kinds of stuff, and my editing program would just about crash it, and there's several problems. However, in doing a lot of research, I realized that what I need, actually, for what I'm doing, is I need a gaming computer. And I don't need it to game with, because I don't play games. I don't know why anybody's so fascinated with playing games. I just don't do that. But it has the cooling system, and it has a separate graphics card instead of an integrated graphics card, which I understand can cause a problem with heating when you're under a heavy load. And so, getting a gaming computer, a desktop gaming computer, and a 27-inch monitor. I shouldn't have trouble seeing that, should I? And I can still type my manuscripts in bed on my laptop, but for editing, it's going to be done on the other computer. So it was hard for me to spend that kind of money. I got a great deal on it, I think, because as soon as I bought it, it went up by $400 as soon as I bought it. So anyway, that's one thing that's going on here. And I had a shelf. It was on a wall in the living room. The former owner actually made the shelf, and it had been in there. There's still another one in there. But we took this one down after the house fire and the renovation. So it had been out in the shed for a long time, and I said, I'm pulling that thing back into service. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to paint it. I painted it with the same color house paint that I'm painting my railings, a very warm gray. And I have taken all my books, the sets I'm trying to work up as I publish, to get complete sets, and my proof copies and the ones that I just own. I'm trying to get all those together, and I put them on the shelf, and it looks good. It gets it off my desk. So I have room for this big computer and the other one. Now, those gaming, have you seen those things? They have like disco lights. I mean, it's of course like a light show. I'm like, I don't need that. But I researched, and you can of course turn off the lights or change the colors or whatever. If I want disco night, I can turn it on. But that's what I've done. And so I think it's going to be a lot easier, more of a professional setup than sitting in bed with a laptop overheating on my lap. Okay, the book number 4 has come out, and I've sold a few copies, and they're selling better, and people are starting to buy on my PayHip site as well. So I think the main difference is it doesn't count toward my sales on Draft to Digital if it's sold from my PayHip site, but it gives me a little bit more money out of my sale price than if I do it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Smashwords or any of those other things. So you're welcome to buy on either one. And I am cruising straight ahead on book number 5. I can't tell you the name of it yet, and I can't show you the cover or any of that, but I'm writing some big scenes in this last little bit. I feel like I'm just on a downhill sled to the finish line. And I have a question for you, actually. And I don't know if you can answer it yet. If you haven't read the series, you won't be able to answer it. If you haven't read any of the series, you won't know. I would like to know, now, book 5, I've decided book 5 was to be the last of the Clancy Mountain series. The generational saga, the installments, it's be the last installment. And it's going to have some emotional roller coasters, and it's going to have danger, and it's going to have all kinds of things. And I'm having a good time writing it. But if you had your druthers, would you rather, now only if you've read up to maybe through book 4 are you going to be able to really answer this. If you had your druthers, as they say, would you rather this series continue or a spin-off series with secondary characters introduced in these books, and perhaps the main characters in these books might show up, the ones that are still alive, may show up in the new series as secondary characters. They kind of switch places. How does that premise sound to you? And would you like to do that? Because I have some characters introduced briefly in the epilogue of Rare Blooms that I'm kind of fascinated with. I think they might make a really good series. So Let me know if you think you would want it to continue. Would you rather start over with something different? You know, just do something completely different. Now I will tell you though, the most books that I don't think I will ever write a book set in a city or even the suburbs, because honestly, now Nelda in Irises in September started out in the suburbs, but she didn't stay there long. I don't understand people who want to live in the city. They're not my kind of animal. I just don't understand them. So writing about them, I don't think would be very easy for me to do. But you know, it would. All my settings are going to be in wide open spaces somewhere. I've lived out west. I may set a series out west. I've lived in Utah and Colorado, and one of my sons was born in Colorado. The other son was born in Utah. So I'm familiar with those mountains as well as the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are older mountains. That's why they're worn down. They're so rounded and tree covered. And I love both. I love both. Don't get me wrong. I love both. I do like the dryness of the out west. Although the temperatures are higher, it's not the humidity you don't have to suffer with like you do down here. But anyway, I will probably always have my book set in some kind of mountain setting. May not be around here like Clancy Mountain is, but it could be easily out west. So let me know what you think about the series, about switching up, making the secondary characters the main characters and making the main characters just appear briefly as side characters in the new series. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I'm still writing book number 5, and I still have the short stories to write, and I still have the companion journal I would like to publish through Amazon, because I can't do it with Drafted Digital. They don't like the low content or this is really medium content books. So I've still got those things to do. But you know, this kind of stuff sometimes takes planning. I may be a pantser, what they call a pantser. You know, fly by the seat of your pants. You don't outline stuff. You don't plan the whole book out before you start writing the first page. I don't do that. I don't do that. In fact, I wait for inspiration, and usually it comes in the middle of the night. And I go, that's a great idea. I'll do that. So anyway, there you go. So hope you enjoy my new book space, and I'll show you my new computer setup when it comes. I think the computer's going to get here before the monitor. And you had cash back on now my credit card, so I got a little bit off too. But yeah, so it's very hot right now, but I'm seeing even some 70s and the highs in the next couple weeks. I'm happy about that, let me tell you. So y'all take care, and we'll catch you later.